Imagine opening a jar of honey. The scent is warm, golden, almost ancient. It seems like a simple food, a sweetness to spread on bread or melt into tea. Yet, inside that shiny drop lies the perfect work of an invisible society, operating with mathematical precision. Each teaspoon holds the journey of thousands of bees, miles of flight, and millions of flowers visited. But how is honey really made? And how is it harvested, processed, and stored without losing its magic? Today, we enter the heart of the hive and into the world of beekeeping, where tradition meets technology and respect for nature remains the foundation. The birth of a bee and perfect mathematics. It all begins with a single egg laid by the queen, the mother of the entire colony. From this speck of life, a larva hatches, fed by worker bees with royal jelly, then a mix of honey and pollen. Slowly, it becomes a perfect worker bee, born with a destiny to build, clean, feed, guard, and finally, forage. Their world is built inside hexagonal wax cells, nature's most efficient design. Every cell stores life, food, and transformation, serving as both home and laboratory. From flower to honey, the journey of nectar. At dawn, the foragers take flight, guided by scent and memory. They search for nectar and pollen, energy and nutrition for the hive. The nectar, rich in sugars and aroma, is carried in a special honey stomach. During the journey home, the bee adds enzymes, beginning honey's transformation. Back in the hive, foragers share nectar mouth to mouth, spreading enzymes and drying it through constant wing fanning. The hive temperature, around 35 degrees C, helps evaporate moisture until the nectar thickens into honey. Only when it reaches about 18% water do bees seal the cells with wax, locking in flavor and protecting it from spoilage. The beekeeper enters the scene. The beekeeper steps in not as a collector but as a guardian. He reads the weather, senses the hive's mood, and moves with patience. Smoke doesn't sedate bees. It warns them of danger, prompting them to fill with honey and calm themselves. Every inspection is careful and deliberate, checking larvae, comb order, and parasites. Only when the colony is strong can honey exist in abundance. When harvesting, he selects only frames with fully sealed cells, proof the honey is mature. Do not waste, do not damage the comb, return the empty frames so the bees don't have to rebuild everything, saving their energy. Every step balances efficiency, gentleness, and respect. A hive is not a group of individuals, it is one organism. Touch one part, the whole responds. This work is not domination, it is coexistence. The beekeeper is not the master, but a temporary ally. And this is what makes honey special. Its value comes from a dialogue between a perfect natural society and a human who chooses to respect it. Filtration and purification. When honey comes out of the extractor, it is already real honey, deep in flavor and rich in aroma. Yet it still carries tiny fragments of wax, pollen grains, or threads of propolis. These aren't impurities. They are proof it has just come from the hive. To create smooth, uniform honey, it must settle and be gently filtered. It rests in large steel containers. Over time, lighter wax rises while dense honey stays below, like a slow, golden seascape. The beekeeper observes, using experience rather than technology, knowing when it is ready by the surface and air bubbles. Then, honey flows through a fine filter, retaining larger residues without altering its nature. Some honeys crystallize naturally, thickening and becoming creamy, while others remain liquid due to fructose content. The beekeeper decides, let it mature naturally, preserving aromas and enzymes, or slightly warm it to make it more fluid without harming its nutrients. Raw honey keeps its voice, the scent of flowers, the warmth of the sun, the memory of the field where bees flew. When filtration is complete, honey has found its final form, clear or creamy, light or dark, intense or delicate. It is ready to be harvested and stored. And this is where we move on to the final stage: bottling. A simple, but almost solemn moment. The honey that has traveled through flights, seasons, and careful hands enters its jar and becomes part of someone's life. Storage and humidity control. Once filtered, honey rests in large containers. This quiet phase is crucial. Honey must maintain the right humidity. Too much, and it ferments. Too little, and it stiffens. Bees naturally achieve 17–18% water, and the beekeeper preserves this balance. Its sweetness is natural, mild, and easily digestible. The sugars in honey provide energy that is gentle on the body. A calm, steady boost rather than the sudden spike caused by refined sugar. A spoonful in the morning is like a soft, energizing hug, a subtle reminder of the sun and soil from which it came. Honey contains enzymes that aid digestion, helping the body process meals with a quiet, supportive touch. Its aroma carries more than scent. It carries memory, capturing the pollen, nectar, and microclimate of the flowers it came from. Antioxidants act silently to protect cells, providing a slow, steady shield that we hardly notice, but that nourishes over time. Honey can soothe a sore throat with gentle relief, like the warmth of a scarf wrapped around a chilled neck. Unlike many other sweeteners, it does not provoke a harsh rise and fall in energy, but instead satisfies steadily, offering comfort without demanding more. Its sweetness invites calm, a pause, a moment to breathe, a subtle interaction with nature itself. There is, however, one simple rule to remember. Honey should never be given to children under 1 year old. This is not due to harm from the honey itself, but because infants' intestines are not yet mature enough to process the natural spores that honey can contain. A simple act of caution protects life. Beyond all tangible benefits, honey carries a more intangible gift: the memory of nature. Each taste is a connection to a world beyond the jar, to the air, sun, and flowers that the bees touched in their work. Nothing artificial, nothing manufactured, only the transformation of light, scent, and movement into nourishment. Sometimes, just that connection is enough to bring a sense of calm, grounding, or happiness. Cultural and historical significance. Honey has been part of human life for millennia. Ancient civilizations revered it not only as a sweetener, but as medicine, an offering, and a symbol of abundance. Egyptian tombs contained jars of honey as a gift for the afterlife, meant to provide sustenance and preserve the body. Honey was also used in mummification and in sacred rituals, reflecting its perceived purity and immortality. Ancient Greeks considered honey the food of the gods, using it in religious ceremonies and as an essential ingredient in offerings to deities. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, wrote extensively on honey's healing powers, prescribing it to treat wounds, burns, digestive issues, and throat ailments. The Romans also embraced honey for its medicinal properties and culinary versatility, mixing it with herbs, wine, and spices to create remedies, sauces, and desserts. In other regions, honey played an equally significant role. In India, it was a key ingredient in Ayurveda, where it was believed to balance the body's energies and promote longevity. In Africa, honey featured in traditional ceremonies, songs, and folklore, symbolizing wealth, fertility, and community. Indigenous peoples of the Americas used honey not only as food, but as a medium for trade, connecting tribes and creating bonds across regions. Across cultures and continents, honey became more than a food. It became a thread woven into the social, spiritual, and practical fabric of life. Honey's symbolism persisted through the Middle Ages and beyond. Monks in European monasteries cultivated bees and produced honey, not just for sustenance, but as a medicinal and religious treasure. Mead, fermented honey wine, became a cultural staple, celebrated in feasts, celebrations, and rituals. In Japan, honey was integrated into traditional sweets, tea ceremonies, and remedies, reflecting an appreciation for both taste and natural healing. In the modern era, honey continues to bridge the past and present, linking contemporary culinary practices to ancient knowledge, preserving biodiversity, and supporting ecological awareness. Today, honey continues to embody this connection. From bustling local markets to quiet family kitchens, from ceremonial tables to everyday breakfasts, it preserves a bond between people and nature. Each jar carries centuries of tradition, the wisdom of countless cultures, and the labor of bees and caretakers alike. Every spoonful reminds us that even in modern life, simple acts, spoonfuls of honey, connect us to a deeper rhythm of the world, to bees, flowers, seasons, and the patient labor of caretakers. Honey and health, the body's gentle ally. Honey has long been prized not just for sweetness, but for its subtle benefits to the human body. Its natural sugars provide steady, gentle energy, absorbed slowly without sudden spikes, making it ideal for sustaining morning routines or quiet moments of focus. Enzymes in honey assist digestion, helping the stomach process heavier meals more comfortably. Its antimicrobial properties, inherited from the hive's careful chemistry, can support wound healing and soothe minor irritations. While honey is not a cure-all, it acts as a companion to health. Small, daily doses of nature's work, supporting the body in quiet, unobtrusive ways. Beyond its physiological effects, honey has a calming influence. The aroma alone can evoke memories, ease tension, and provide comfort. A spoonful melting slowly in warm tea or water encourages a mindful pause, a gentle ritual that connects the eater to the rhythms of nature. In this way, honey is both sustenance and ceremony, a bridge between the practical and the poetic. Honey and ecosystems. The bee's world. Honey is not only a product, but a reflection of the intricate ecosystems that produce it. Each drop carries the story of flowers, soil, sunlight, and water, along with the tireless work of pollinators who maintain balance in their environment. The health of a hive mirrors the health of the surrounding landscape. Clean air, abundant blooms, and pesticide-free fields all contribute to the quality of the final honey. In supporting bees, humans support entire ecosystems. Bees pollinate crops, wildflowers, and forests, ensuring biodiversity thrives. Honey, then, is a tangible reminder of this delicate balance. Every jar is a record of flowers visited, distances flown, and a world interconnected through pollination, climate, and seasonality. It is nature distilled, a product that embodies the labor, intelligence, and harmony of life far beyond human observation. Now, when you look at a jar of honey, you will no longer see it as a simple sweetener. Inside lies an entire living architecture, flights at dawn, wings beating like breaths, invisible dances tracing maps in the hive. A secret language exists between creatures that understand each other perfectly, a network of signals, movements, and vibrations that orchestrates life with astonishing precision. Every cell of the hive hums with purpose. Every drop of nectar carries countless decisions, journeys, and transformations that began far beyond human sight. It is a miniature world, alive and intricate, where even the smallest action has meaning, and every detail is essential to the harmony of the whole. There is the intelligence of a superorganism, thousands of individuals moving as one mind, and the beekeeper, who does not command, manage, or force. He accompanies, observes, protects, and waits, taking only what is extra. He knows the subtle rhythms of the colony, when the hum grows anxious or calm, when a frame is ready, and when patience must prevail. Every spoonful of honey is a fragment of the world, a fragment that has felt sunlight warming flower petals, gentle wind brushing over grass, and the quiet pulse of the earth beneath. Born of perfect natural order and carefully preserved by patient hands, it carries not just sweetness, but a story of life, resilience, harmony, and the quiet patience of nature itself. Even in the act of tasting, there is a connection to this greater whole. The golden thread that slowly sinks into your tea or melts on your tongue is more than flavor. It is history, movement, care, and time crystallized. A single drop contains miles of flight, countless floral encounters, and the coordinated labor of countless bees. It is a whisper of dawn, a hint of blossom, a trace of the season captured forever. It is sunlight, wind, and rain distilled. It is the heartbeat of the hive, the memory of flowers, and the devotion of the beekeeper merged into one living essence. So the next time a golden thread slowly sinks into your tea or melts on your tongue, pause for a moment. Listen, not with your ears, but with your senses. Feel the story of the bees, the journey of nature, and the patience of generations captured in that simple, perfect sweetness. Ask yourself, are you just tasting honey, or are you tasting nature's journey to exist?